Hi everybody, welcome to episode 38 of the Teesside Business Podcast. Today we are joined by Michael, who has Mike, and I want to say Penketh.
That's right.
Mike Penketh, PT. So if you want to give us a start of a bit of an overview of yourself and how you came into having your own current business.
I've pretty much been doing sport and fitness all my life. Love football as a younger lad. And then injuries and not really being that great at football sort of turned me to other things. So running, cycling, triathlon, dragon boating, CrossFit. Love sport, love health, love fitness. And I'm always a bit of a data geek, a bit of a research geek. So I sort of research my own training methods, my own sort of plans. But never really done it as any sort of job until this year, really. And decided that I was sick of working in a job that was just paying the bills. And wanting to do something that I've got a passion for. I love helping other people. So I give my friends advice over the years and stuff, and anyone who would listen, to be honest. So I thought, right, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Got myself qualified as a PT, fitness instructor, got a space in a gym initially, just in Stockton, but it didn't actually work out the way I wanted it to go. It was a great gym and a great team of people, but the gym model didn't really suit me. It was quite restrictive. So I went fully mobile, and that's where I am now.
And how have you found it in your first few months, nearly a year worth of business?
Daunting initially. I think just taking that leap from out, I've always been employed. From being 16, 17, I've studied alongside work. And always been employed, never really had to think about sort of getting work, really. So just that jump into doing this was sort of a little bit daunting initially. Really loved it from day one. Knew it was what I wanted to do. But just nervy, daunting, stressful. I think just waiting to get those first few clients under my belt and those first few months of work of actually doing it, and then things are going well.
It kind of cements that you've made the right decision. Kind of like backs you up when you did it. And I think everybody has that. That I always say to everybody, you never. Unless you've run a business or launched a business, you have no idea that feeling of taking that step and having to create something out of nothing. Like I always say that if people get a paycheck, like if you go in work and you have a bad few days or you mess something up or whatever it is, you're not going to get fired. No. You might get a slap on the wrist, but you're still going to get your pay at the end of that month. When you work for yourself, that's not necessarily the case. If you mess up, then clients can leave or whatever it is, and then then there's a monetary impact to it. So
I think I went into it a little bit clueless, to be honest. I knew I wanted to do it, but was sort of flying by the seat of my pants, if you like. I was just sort of trial and error, going for things, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't. Because to be honest, I thought the gym thing would work out a bit better for me than what it actually did. So I think when you start doing things yourself, you realise how hard it actually is. It'd take a while for me to sort of think I'd made the right decision, but now I know I definitely did.
I think that you kind of had the core bit there of being passionate about it, because there's we see it on social media all the time, get rich PT type stuff and things like that, and it's most of the time it's just absolute nonsense. But I think if you've definitely got a passion for helping people and things like that, then that carries over when you're speaking to people. So obviously, when most people think about PTs, etc., they think of in the gym training people and stuff like that, where you've mentioned that you've taken a bit of a different model to it, obviously going mobile. Can you give everyone who's watching and listening a bit of an overview of what that means by going mobile and things like that, and the different types of methods and training you employ?
For me, it was just sort of a way that it was more, I want to say accessible, but obviously gyms are fairly accessible, but the gym comes with a price tag, then the PT comes with a price tag, then you've got to actually get yourself to the gym. Whereas the way I like to go about it is it's all on your terms. So if you come to me, I come and do a consultation at a location that suits you, at a time that suits you, at your home if you want. I'll train you anywhere you want me to train you. I'll train people in my local park, the gym, their homes. Not the gym, the beach, the homes, anywhere that there's enough space really to have a little bit of a run around, get some equipment out. I've got endless amount of equipment that basically I can do as much as you can do in a gym, but in a little bit more of a freer environment, a little bit more relaxed. Obviously going into a gym can be a little bit intimidating for quite a lot of people, especially the weight area. Whereas obviously I've got barbells, dumbbells, free weights, so it's sort of less stressful, more personable, and I think it's a bit more relaxed, a bit more enjoyable. And it's outside as well, majority of the time.
I was going to say, I think that must make a big difference because we spend so much time of our
yeah
life inside and stuff like that, like to get actually outdoors and exercise and stuff like that.
I know myself when I always trained running, cycling and triathlon, the gym side was always what I didn't enjoy because I mean, you see myself, I'm not the most ripped person, I'm not massively built. Even to step in that weight section for me as someone who knows what I'm doing is still daunting. So I think just to take it away from the gym a little bit and be a bit more relaxed is a good thing.
So kind of for everyone listening, obviously we're like starting out in the industry and starting to work with different groups of people. Obviously fitness and nutrition and training and all those kind of things, like we've worked with people in those areas, so we know what an absolute minefield it is. Like if you just typed in fat loss into Google, you know, you would you know, it's an insane amount. So what common like mistakes do you see people making either when they come to you, or what, you know, is there any kind of like things where you kind of, you know, let's say everybody eats too much of this type of food or doesn't drink enough water?
I think like you say, pretty much everything that anyone knows really now is available on Google. So you can go on Google, you can search for I want a training plan, I want a nutrition plan, and it'll pop something up. And I think the problem that people think is that they see someone on Instagram maybe who's shouting about this fad diet they've done or this fad training regime they've done that's got them ripped in 8 weeks, ripped in 4 weeks, whatever. And they go with that because they think, well, they've done it, why can't I do it? And that's not really the way forward.
No.
The way I always say about a PT is, everything that we sort of spout is available on Google, but we are sort of trained to be able to collate it in a way that's personal to you and can make it work for you. So I think people just sort of dive straight in without doing a lot of research on how it's going to work for them more than anything, I would say. Definitely in the nutrition side of it, not so much maybe in the training side of it because it's a little bit more specialised, but everyone eats, everyone knows food, everyone knows what's out there, so they think they can just find these fad diets or whatever, have a go, and they're not sustainable.
It always seems to be like me when I look at kind of like the extremes, so where, you know, if we took 100 adults off the street now and said which is better for you, like an apple or a Mars bar. I know this is a really simplistic way of looking at it. Most people would say the apple. So it's not that they don't have that knowledge, but when they decide to do a diet or, you know, start a certain way of eating, it always seems really extreme. Like you can't eat like all of these crazy things or something like that.
It becomes so restrictive and so sort of all-consuming that it takes away from your life. You become sort of a machine on this diet. I am on, say, keto, for example. I am following that diet, and I will not stray from that diet. Whereas the way I sort of like to coach people nutritionally is let's make little changes often that lead up to the bigger picture. So you're not restricting massively what you're eating. You still can go out and enjoy your social life. You can still enjoy your life. You can eat what you want when you want. Just make that, have a little bit of a think about it. Make a healthier choice. Don't massively overload on a 16-inch pizza or whatever. Get the smaller one. Something that's a little bit healthy for you. Just have a think about it. And these little habit changes obviously lead into a bigger picture that then becomes sustainable for life. You don't have to then your diet, if you like, and your diet's a bad word because obviously everyone's on a diet because everyone eats. But diets become,
it's just the term for it, isn't it? It's hard
everyone puts for fat loss, weight loss, whatever. The way to do it is to find that sustainable way for you in your lifestyle to make it like last for life. Really, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a diet.
I can't remember. I don't think it was on the podcast, but I was talking to someone before, and somebody asked them if alcohol was good or bad, and they wanted like is it bad or good, like those type of thing. And he said, well, it's not I'm paraphrasing him, so I can't remember. It'll come to me. I apologise if I get this wrong. And he said it's fine, but there's a big difference between one glass of wine and a bottle of wine. You know, so, and that really made sense to me.
There's a big difference between having the odd drink and going out every Saturday and getting absolutely sloshed. It's obviously the calorie. There's no such thing as a good or bad food. It's only how you have them that makes them good or bad for your body, effectively, or like how often you have them, or in what quantity you have them. Like you say, go about the apple and Mars bar thing. 200 calories. It's still 200 calories, whether it's in an apple or it's in a Mars bar. It's still going to affect your body. Obviously, there's more sugar and that sort of thing in one or the other. But you've just got to find the way that works for you and is sustainable for you and can be managed throughout your life, rather than being, I'm on this diet for 4 weeks and I'm not going to do anything other than this diet for 4 weeks. Because life's not like that. You can't live your life like that.
No, nobody wants to get to the deathbed and think, well, God, I wish I had a burger.
Exactly.
So when somebody comes to yourself, can you give us a brief overview of the kind of process that you will go through with them? Like you mentioned, obviously, that there's a very bespoke evaluation. I know it's different for every single person, but is there kind of like
depending on whether the majority I've done a face-to-face, but I am open to branch out and doing some online stuff as well. So initially they get a consultation. So face-to-face would be meeting a cafe somewhere, come to your house, whatever. Online will be obviously Skype, FaceTime, whatever. Basically it goes along the lines of tell me about your previous fitness, what you're doing now, what you're not doing now, where you want to go, what your goals are, what your targets are. Basically to drill down into why they want to train, why they want to fit. That's really, if I can find out why someone wants what they want, I can train them to get there. If someone just comes to you with a generic, I want to lose weight, it's not always the easiest way to say, well, how much do you want to lose, when do you want to lose it by, what are your deeper targets, if you like. Then obviously going sort of their current diet, so give me a sort of a standard day of what you would eat, what you would drink, and I'll just jot it down, make a rough idea. Then go on to how I work, so tell them about how we would train, where we would train, what sort of equipment I've got, that sort of thing, what services I offer. And then from there I can make some small suggestions, obviously initially about the diet mainly, that it won't be like, if you say you told me you had a bottle of wine every night, it wouldn't be, we're going to cut that bottle of wine fully out, we'll just cut you down to one glass, or we'll like smaller your portions sort of thing. And then you just go from there really with how they want to proceed. It's I try and make it more about the client, it's not about me. I'm just sort of the sort of cog in the wheel that gets you the way you want to be. It's got to all be about the client because I need them to buy into it. I want them to buy into my process. It's not really my process because every process is different really. I have a different way of training every client, but I want them to buy into their dream, so they stay focused, they stay committed, they stay motivated, and I'm just sort of there pushing them in the right direction, if you like.
And do people come to you for like say, I want to work with you for X amount of sessions or X amount of months, or is there a varied kind of?
I offer sort of individual sessions, monthly plans, yearly plan if someone wants to go that way. However people want to go, I'll sort of tailor my service a little bit to fit them. I do have a sort of set structure that I want to do, but if someone wants to come at me with a different way of working, then I'm quite happy to go with it as long as I can fit it in. I think people come, as long as I sort of give people an idea. If someone says they want to lose 3 stone, I'll give them an idea of how long that's going to take roughly, but obviously until we start training I don't really know myself, because obviously I don't know how they're going to take to my methods, how they're going to take to the nutrition changes. So it's all a little bit ad hoc, if you like, and we just go through together really. I join their team and I'm there for them, whatever support they need.
So one of the things we generally talk about with a lot of people who come on, especially people who are in like the startup phase of business, is we like to talk about work-life balance with a lot of people. It's a very popular topic, and I always want to make clear there's no right answer for it. Obviously, most people kind of have like, you're supposed to work 9 or 5 type thing, but obviously PT inherently is very different from that, because that's when most other people are at work. So I'm guessing you're training people in the morning, lunch hours, or predominantly on the night. Everybody thinks like
mainly on the night.
So how does that kind of affect your like work-life balance? Is it really impactful?
To be honest, one of the big drivers for me actually doing this was to get a better work-life balance. Before I moved into being a PT, I was a bus driver.
All right.
Which is long hours, pretty much every day of the week. You name it, you work it. And we had a baby coming up a year ago, and it sort of pushed me a little bit to sort of think, well, I want a better work-life balance. So really, to be honest, doing this works really well.
All right.
I get, obviously, it's very flexible. I wanted that flexible to be able to work when I wanted to work and how I want to work. Obviously, it is dictated a little bit by clients. If someone says to me, I need to train these times, but then obviously if I'm training someone in an evening, I've got all the day to do family stuff, whatever, or my own training, whatever I want to do. So I would say for me, it's working really well. I know some PTs maybe wouldn't say that because they might be working 9 o'clock in the morning right through to 9 o'clock at night. To be honest, I couldn't do that because it wouldn't suit me. I'd burn out quick. I love my job and I love what I do and I'm really enjoying it, but I think working 12 hours a day is not good for nobody.
No. I don't think it's something that like a lot of people can sustain for a very long time.
I mean, I think the initial, you see these adverts, get rich quick as a PT. I think you would have to be constantly session all day, every day. And same as the diet stuff. That's not sustainable for me. It's not sustainable for anyone.
No.
You've got to have a work-life balance. It's got to be there. Initially, it was hard because obviously I was setting the business up. I was getting the social media stuff going. I was trying to get clients. I was in and out of the gym. I was doing my own mobile stuff. And you think, when's this thing going to end? Your brain's constantly going and you never stop working.
Yep.
But yeah, now I definitely have a great work-life balance in my opinion.
Oh, that's phenomenal. So one of the things obviously you mentioned just previously was the fact that when you started up you went into the gym and that wasn't quite right for your type of business. Looking back over the startup period of your business, is there anything that you wish that you'd done earlier or not done apart from the gym, or did you have any?
I definitely wouldn't change going to the gym. Even though it didn't work for me, it gave me the push to start it. To be honest, it got me going and gave me the it sort of gave me the vision of what I could do. I think maybe what I would have maybe do is I would started this whilst alongside my other job.
Yep.
I think the fact that just going straight in and doing it sort of maybe put more pressure on me. I think if I try to start maybe it's a bit smaller, just doing the social media stuff initially, trying to pull a few people in, maybe would have been a better way to go. It would have been a little bit less stressful and a bit less hectic. But I don't know, looking back, I think it was stressful. It was a hard time, but it's what makes you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Those adversities and those hard times push you to where you are now. And I think if I look back, I don't think I necessarily did anything wrong. I just think I tried to maybe do too much too soon, which maybe now was a good thing. But obviously, it would have been a bit nice to be less stressed.
Yeah, well, that's the same for everybody. It might have been one of those things where if you were doing it alongside like your current job, because there wasn't that pressure on you to make it work, you could have been a bit laxadaisical about it.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Because you were like all or nothing and like fully put it into it. It had to work.
Yeah, it had to work. It was my dream, and obviously it had to work because everyone's got bills to pay and everyone's got a lifestyle to live.
Yeah.
So yeah, it had to work. So you do what you do, don't you? Do what you can to get it there.
So within the Teesside area and things like that, are there any businesses that it'd be good for you to collaborate with? Like a big part of what we do on the page is we have it every week where you can promote your business and like try and get people promote each other's businesses, because that's what we want as a community. So is there any good like referral partners or partnerships, certain things like that that'd be good for you?
I mean, at the minute I train. One of my contracts is training 13 housing staff. They have a big mental health and wellbeing team that basically want to try and help their staff be as happy as they can. And obviously, so I do once a week a training session with their staff. We get about 15 people turn up, and it's mainly about it's obviously good for fitness, but it's also good for mental health. It's good for the social aspect. I mean, I've had people there who say, I've spoken to you on the phone in work numerous times, but I've never met you. And they're all straight together. So I think if businesses wanted to do sort of that sort of thing, obviously mental health's a big issue now, and health and fitness in general really is a big issue now. It would be great to work with other companies because group fitness is good fun. It's enjoyable. It's good. It's quite a good laugh.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not as specific as what my want stuff is because it's a bit of a broader sort of area. But yeah, those sort of classes are really good and enjoyable to do. So if companies wanting to do that, I would definitely be keen.
Yeah. Is there anything other things like you mentioned, obviously, like whether it be CrossFit gyms? What about things like osteos or physios?
Yeah,
and
obviously,
like
to be honest, I would never really turn down working and being in with anybody. Obviously, I haven't really explored that referral sort of things as yet. Being fairly new, I'm just taking what I can when I get it. To be honest, at the minute, but yeah, definitely, it's something I've looked at. Sort of with the exercise referral stuff for the NHS, something to move into in the future. But yeah, definitely, I would refer out. It would be great if people would refer into me as well.
I know that. I think that's really good with the business in Teesside, that a lot of people do like support each other and want to use local and things like that. It's certainly something like that we have found. So, what's going to be the future then for yourself? What do you kind of see in the short, medium, and long term?
Short term, I would definitely just say more contacts with companies if I can. A few more one-to-one clients. I'm getting a little bit full now, to be honest. Obviously, your time you don't realise how much time it takes to train a small amount of people.
Even before and after work, like the consultations alone and things.
Just like little bits like planning sessions, researching stuff. Because obviously, I'm not the font of all knowledge yet. Obviously, I aim to be at some point. But people come to you with so many different issues and so many different problems and what they want to train and what they want to do. So I do a lot of research away from the sessions, and especially in the group sessions, I'll hear someone mention something, I'll research that and send them a link out or whatever. So yeah, short term, maybe just a few more contracts, a few more clients. Longer term, I'd love to move online. Not solely, because I love the person-to-person stuff. I like chatting to people, I like getting to know people. But I'd quite like to do a bit more sort of online nutrition coaching, because it's very much the nutrition side of it. You don't really need to be sat face to face with someone. It can be done over a phone call. It's a lot of sort of sending them information, sending them plans, that sort of thing. Long term, I haven't really thought that far ahead, I don't think yet.
Well, it's still early days, you know what I mean?
It's definitely still. I'm only, what are we now, August, 8 months in?
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely just carry on the way I'm going. I can say I absolutely love it. To say I was a bit worried when I first started, I love it now, and it's great.
That's awesome. So one of the things that you mentioned before is obviously doing social media posts and things like that. How did you? One of the problems that a lot of people we found when people start up is you've got to kind of have a lot of hats on. So one day you're actually doing what you're meant to do, which is a PT, but next you're a marketer, and then you're an accountant, and then so on and so forth. How did you find those? Have you found that any kind of marketing was really good for you, or how did you find doing all those things all at once?
They were the things that sort of stressed me out at the beginning, having to do so much. I don't think I realised how much I would have to do to sort of pick up clients, to get myself known, to get involved. But I would say obviously the training side of it is second nature. I love that. It's there all the time. And then the social media side of it, I thought I was pretty good on social media, to be honest. I thought I would just be able to pick it up like that. Yeah. But just little subtleties of designing things and putting things out there that look professional. Yeah. It's not just about putting a picture of me up or putting a picture of a session up. Sort of people I know myself, I would just scroll past that probably, or just people flick through social media so fast now. You need something to grab them. So it was sort of getting used to getting logos designed, getting things out there that look sort of are going to make people stop and look, to be honest. And to be honest, you don't realize how much social media takes up. Sort of doing Instagram stories, Facebook. I've sort of come away from Twitter a little bit because I found it wasn't really doing anything for me. But yeah, I'm sort of getting to the point where I'm trying to put out content every day. That's sort of valuable to someone, to show value of my business. But I don't want to sound but it's not enough to sort of give someone everything for free, if that makes sense. So I want to give free content out there. I want to give something for someone to show the value. But obviously you don't want to give everything away. No. Because then what would be the point in my business?
Exactly.
So yeah, I think I've just found balancing the social media stuff and getting stuff out there every day. Initially, I thought I'd just be able to put a post out and I'd get loads of likes and I'd get loads of comments and loads of emails and that, and it just doesn't work. But I've got a friend who's quite into marketing. I sort of have a lot of chats with him, and he sort of steered me in the right direction, and things are getting better.
Oh, that's really good.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Well, you do well so far.
I think it's a lot of trial and error. I think you've just got to try. I think
it's the data side of it that you know, testing.
You don't get better unless you do more of it, in my opinion. Same with fitness, same with nutrition. You don't get better unless you do it.
Exactly.
So
it's all experience.
Just get out there and do it. I'm still new. I'm still a bit wet behind the ears, so I'm just doing what I
can. So when people come on the podcast, we like to ask the same 3 questions. I don't know if you've seen any on the podcast, depending on which ones you want, we've picked it up doing it. So 3 questions I'll tell you the 3 questions first and then get your answer system. So the first one is, what does success look like to you? I know you've already kind of touched on it a little bit, but we like to talk about that because there's a lot of people out there who think, when am I going to be a success? What is a success? And we've had such a wide variety of answers. It's been brilliant. Some people have said more work-life balance. Some people have said, well, I'm a millionaire. Some people said, whatever it is, we've added the answer to it. So it's great for people to kind of see. The second one is, have you ever had a setback, a failure, or what you perceived as a failure at the time actually led on to success later on, so put you on the path to something great. We've had a lot of people who talk about things like, I was made redundant. At the time it was the worst, but that actually made me start my business. There was somebody who had something like 7 strokes, at the time it was horrendous, but that made them start their own business and put them on track and improving their health, etc. And then the third and final one is, what object or thing are you obsessed by at the moment? So we've had TV shows, gadgets. The Tees Valley Mayor Ben Houchin is completely obsessed with like Alexas and Google and home automation. That's where he was like, we've had like small gadgets, you know, everything and everything. So we'll start with the first one. What does success look like to you?
Probably a few things. I mean, you said about being a millionaire. I don't think I'm ever going to be a millionaire. It'd be nice, but I don't think it's ever going to come. I think work-life balance and just being happy in general. I want to live my life as to be the best version of myself as I can be, and to provide for my family and to make my family happy. And I think just work-life balance and happiness in general, to be honest, is success for me. You can have as many millions in the bank as you want, but if you're not happy, then what's the point?
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people kind of say that. I think you've got a very sensible view of. A lot of people kind of go in business for a long time and then turn around and go, actually, this isn't what I wanted. I've built myself into having no work-life balance, like just for where some people, you know, like yourself, have had it very clear in their mind when they started up. I want work-life balance. And things
I
like
think
that.
if I was doing this to get rich, I'd give up in the first few months.
Yeah,
because I think it was just so much work and so much effort and very little reward initially that you wouldn't have carried on if you were in it for the money. Yeah. I'm in it to help people. I'm in it to make myself happy. I'm in it to enjoy what I'm doing.
I wouldn't tell anybody if they're wanting to get rich to start a business.
No. Yeah. So I think you've just got to go into it with your eyes open that you ain't going to make loads of money. Yeah. But you can have a really good life and a really good time. I mean, I go and train my clients, and to be honest, it doesn't feel like work anymore. It's just going to train people, and that's what I wanted. Who wants to go to work to feel like you're going to work? It's good fun.
So the second one is, have you ever had a setback or what you perceived as a failure led on to success at a later point?
I would think, I've been made redundant quite a few times across my working life, mainly down to the fact that I've always done sort of contracted, set-term contracted jobs, and if he hasn't been in the role there at the time, then you get moved on and you get moved on. I think it's happened to me a few times in my life, and I think it just sort of, it builds character. I think, like you say, it's the worst thing at the time when you get told you're not getting kept on or you're getting made redundant and you've got to find something else, you've got to start the job search again, and finding work's the hardest thing in the world. Obviously sometimes you just fall into a job like that, but other times you don't. I think it made me sort of quite resilient, and that I can take knocks and I can take knockbacks and setbacks and build myself up and keep going. I'm quite a positive person. I don't really like being negative. I don't like looking on the bad side of things. I don't really like looking in the past and think, if that had worked out, it'd have been this. It's more like let's look to the future. Let's build on that.
Well, those kind of things, like you say, built a resilience which lends itself very well to, being self-employed, etc.
Yeah.
So it kind of prepared you for the bits that you were going to go through. So the third one is, what item, object, whatever, are you either obsessed by or like really into at the moment?
An object, more a person, my daughter. She's obviously coming up one.
Yeah.
And she's just, she's amazing. She's so funny, so hilarious. She's getting a real personality now. Spending time with her, doing this job has obviously opened up the time to spend more time with her. I would say my daughter. If you're looking for sort of a definite object, it would probably be my iPhone, because obviously social media is on my iPhone, and that's where my business is driven from. Really, it's all about advertising on social media, messages, emails, Facebook, Instagram. Everything's done on social media. Everything's done on my phone. So my phone.
Yeah, brilliant. So, has there been anything that we haven't covered that you would like the people of the business community in Teesside to know as a whole?
I think we've pretty much covered everything, really. I would just say there's no sort of one way to go about things. Don't be led by, maybe not the business side, but people who are looking at health and fitness and lifestyle, don't be led by everything you see on social media from the big corporations or big influencers, because everything's not always as it seems. There's no off-the-shelf plan. There's no one way to go about things with your fitness and your diet. It's more finding a way that works for you, that's sustainable for you, that can get the results that you want.
And if somebody's looking to either have a chat with yourself, to be trained by yourself, or the corporate side of it for groups, or participate in group training, where are the best places for them to get in touch with you?
Facebook and Instagram. So I'm Mike Penketh PT on Facebook, and I'm at Mike Penketh PT on Instagram.
Cool. We'll make sure those are linked below in the description for everybody.
Cool.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Spot on.
Yeah, it's been really good to chat about your business. Thanks everyone for listening. This has been the Teesside Business Podcast. The Teesside Business Podcast is promoted and produced by Person to Person Market. Thanks very much for listening.